folks, welcome back to another First Impressions video with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at 3 games we played on Tuesday during our Testing Tuesdays live stream. And the first one is this one right here. It's called Black Angel. This has been getting a lot of buzz lately. It's put out by Pearl Games, has artwork by Ian O'Toole, and the designers are Sebastian Jardin, Xavier Georges, and Elaine Orban. So there you have it. This game was not heavy in that you are trying to, in what you're trying to do. That's simple, but there's so many moving parts. That's where the complexity comes in, and that's where the heaviness really sinks into your soul. I see how the game works, and I think that it's a great design. This is my first impression. Of course, this was a learning game. We made mistakes. We forgot to do things. But that's part of it. There's so much going on in the game that you lose track of what you have and haven't done really easily. You almost have to have a coach or somebody that's just like refereeing the game to make sure that you don't forget to do all of this stuff. And the internet was actually acting as that referee in some cases for us. And we appreciate that. But wow. There's so much to do, and there's so much going on that it's really easy to forget stuff. And that right there is my definition of a heavy game, when there are so many things going on all at the same time, and there's all of these moving parts and all of these decisions that have to be made. It's just, you feel like you're working on a project, and that's my first impression of the game. It feels like work, and it feels less like a game, more like work to me. So I mean, we've been joking around the studio that I'm never going to touch this game again, but I'd be willing to try it again just to see if some of that newness wears off, but we'll see. The next game that I was a part of was this one right here, 5211 or 5211 or 5211 or whatever it might be. And really, it is within the title how you kind of play the game. You have a hand of 5 cards. You play 2 simultaneously, face up. And you play 1 card simultaneously face up and 1 card simultaneously face up. And however many, whichever one gets the, whichever kind of suit rather, gets the majority scores. And then after you go through the entire deck, you see how many points you've scored, and that's the end. So really the gimmick, I guess you could say here, is that you're playing 2 and then 1 and then 1. Out of a hand of 5, and you always have a hand of 5 because you replenish after you play. It's a card game, and that's about it. And finally, the last game that we played for the day was a party game by Gamewright called Whozit. And Whozit is kind of like Unusual Suspects, but a lot more abstract, I guess you could say, because you have popular people from history and pop culture and all of this other kind of stuff. Some of them are fictional characters and some of them are real characters, and then you also have just generic, like, you know, a baker or a butler or something to that effect. And the person who's picking gets 2 choices, 2 cards that is double-sided, and he can choose 2 clues and put them on this scale of what is it? Definitely, probably, maybe, neutral, maybe not, probably not, and definitely not. And he has to put these 2 clues out there, and then everybody else has to deduce which one of these people it is that he's trying to point people to with these things. It was an interesting, fun experience. I don't know that I would ever ask to play it again, but if it hits the table, I won't be down about it. It'll be fun time. So that's that. Who's it? So that's about it for another episode of First Impressions. I certainly appreciate you joining me. If any of these games struck your fancy, then of course feel free to check out our live stream where we played them live, with the caveat being that we may have made mistakes and so forth and so on. I think we even started 5 to 11. or 5211. We actually started that one over because we made a pretty egregious error at the very beginning, so we just started over and went from there. But you'll get an idea of how to play the game, and there you have it. So thanks, we appreciate it. We hope that you enjoy your day. Take care. We'll see you on the flip side.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.